Hi everyone, it's just Emma again, and I'm just going to be doing a little review on the Samantha Chapman Real Techniques Core Collection brush set. I got these for Christmas, again from my husband, and they've been working out really well, and I just wanted to do a quick review on what sort of uses I've found for them and how they've worked for me. So the first one I've got is, just trying to see if there's names on them. This is a buffing brush, so it's like this. It says The Real Techniques by Samantha Chapman on here. As you can see, it's all pink because I actually use this as a really nice blending brush for my blusher, and I find they're very soft, they blend well. I find that when I'm buffering right into this area here where I add my blusher, that it blends it well up and blends it well down, so there's no harsh lines and it's very natural. So I highly recommend this particular brush. So this is the buffing brush, and yeah, really like that. I think perhaps it's for mineralized foundation. I think that's what it said on the outer packaging, but personally I think it's better for blushers. So we've got that one. The next one is the contour brush. So it's a little dome shaped one, like that, and it's designed to go right into the very hollow part of your cheek. That's where you would add your bronzer to contour the face, and you could also go, like I do, around here to sort of slenderize the face slightly. I do find this brush a little small, I'd say. I prefer it to be a little fatter so that it's a bit more goof proof. You really sort of have to make sure you're right in there, whereas a bigger brush would be a bit more forgiving for me anyway. So it's okay, but I wouldn't buy this if it was by itself. And what I use this for, because I contour with a different brush, um, I don't actually have a use for this, so it's sort of like a sort of a waste in a way. I might find a different use for it, but at the minute it's not required. The next one is Real Techniques pointed foundation brush, just like this. And as it says, it's a pointed foundation brush. I don't like flat foundation brushes. I call these flat because they actually are completely flat. I find that they give you a lot of streaks and they don't give you a very good sort of canvas, for your foundation. So what I've been using this for, and it works really well, is when I put on my I'll actually do a little demo. When I put on my concealer, um, I use this to blend. Hold on a wee second. I'm just trying to find where my. Just want to give you a demo because it is excellent for this purpose. So I'm using the number 7 concealer, and what I do, obviously I've got full face of makeup on, but you can still do this anyway. I just pop it right under the eye, and I do this after I put on my foundation anyway, so it's nice and light as you see, and then run it down a little bit in here. So you always want to keep the top part of your face around your cheeks very light, and then I just sort of buffer this around, and I find it actually blends everything on really well, and it's a nice size, and it's not too clumsy, and it gets right into the inner eye area, and I bring it down slightly. As you can see, that was really quick, easy. I can't say enough about that technique. It's amazing. That little technique is very good. So I highly recommend this brush for that purpose. So, and I don't think that was designed for that purpose, but there you go. And the last little brush is this one, and this is the detailer brush. So I'm not too sure what a detailer brush is. I think it is what it says. It could be just for a little eyeliner or whatever, but what I use it for is actually for my highlighter. So I would go into the likes of my Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, which I've just done a review on, and I take my Booty Call, which is this shade here, and I pop it in there, and then I would just go right into the inner corners like that. And I find that's actually a fantastic use for that brush because it's very, very small, gives you really, really good you know, control over the brush, and I do find it's a little bit too small to go into the eyebrow area, so I tend to use my fluffier brushes for that. So there we go. It came with this here little stand, so it sits up, sorry, it sits up like this, and you put all your little makeup brushes in. It's got like this little tie at the back, and you basically close it over, and there's a little, sorry, I'm just getting really confused now. Oh yeah, you close it over like this, and there's a little velcro, so it closes over like a little book. There's a little handle, and you keep everything in, which is quite handy if you're traveling or whatever. I actually totally forgot I had this purpose when we were away at our hotel on Thursday, so I just chucked everything as usual into one of my makeup carry bags, and I totally forgot I had something as practical as that to use, so I'll remember that for another time, hopefully. So there we have it. 4 nice brushes from Samantha Chapman. I would give this an Emma Beauty rating of 8.5 out of 10 is a fair rating for that. As I say, this brush here I don't have any use for, which is a really big shame. I may try it again as a contouring sort of brush, but at the minute I find that it's just like, I don't know, I just find it deposits a lot of colour because it's so dense. You know, there's a lot of bristles there, and when you put it in, there's really, you know, unless you've got a bigger brush, you know, maybe like something like this here, where you can really sort of buffer it out again, then I just think this is very unforgiving. And then this one here I use as my blusher brush, which is fantastic for that purpose. This little one here is my detailer brush, and I use this as my highlighting brush, so inner eye area is fantastic for that one. And this one here is a gem for just blending out under the eyes and other areas where you need coverage with your concealer. It really just does buffer it out a good bit. So yeah, 8.5 out of 10. I would recommend to a friend, but I would say to them as well to make sure that each brush you don't have an issue with the size, because I didn't get to see these before I got them because they were a present. So, but I wouldn't have been too impressed by this even in the box because it looks too small. But anyway, enough about that. That's basically it. I would recommend, and I think these are around £20 or something, so they're not too bad expensive wise. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this, guys, and I hope it was helpful. Thank you. Bye.